that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man. Got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she wanted like me cause I blame she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Fournette, a first down carry. Fournette, a first down, still going. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly against, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
He uncorks it for Snead, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He sets to fire deep, and a throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Check 37. Check 37.
47 is the mic.
Go. Oh, here we go. Oh.
47 is the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson being chased out left. He may try and run. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now Leonard Fournette. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. But Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. They go screen. This is Ingram. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Ingram. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Under 10, 10. Watch the eye. Bang, 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 bang.
From the gun, Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, it was fourth down, so there was pressure to begin with, and then you make a one-handed catch like that. What a play.
Just when you thought your blood pressure couldn't get any higher after having called for it on fourth down, you see a one-handed catch being attempted. I'm sure it spiked at that point for all the guys on that side of the field, and instead they get a chance to celebrate. What a tremendous catch, bringing it down for the touchdown.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Buying time to his left. He's got it over the middle to Jeff Swain. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll buy some time right. That's going to be caught. That one covers 29 yards, first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final? And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken at the 46. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Mike 52. Silver. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 72 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and a yard, Foles. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Let's go, D, tighten up.
Here's Foles. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
52 right here. 52. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
52.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Letting one go deep for Roberts. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On first down, it's Blue. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now Foles. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Well, this secondary's done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Back to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 24. Flush to his right. Roberts with it over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
At the 3-yard line.
He's coming. Double up. Double up.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
52's the mic. In your face. You go tight. You got tight.
He can run for it, and he will. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll drop the throw. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st down, Jacksonville.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Conley's got it over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This is Fournette. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are back within a single score. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score, Ravens 27, Jaguars 20.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
First and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. They'll run with Fournette. 22 yards there, a first down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Minute beats, leave it in the street, chase on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Show don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered. When you talk
rush coming, and he's taken down. A.J. Klein coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. First down, Cowboys.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 44, Prescott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? 11 more on that one and another first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott going right side. He has Witten. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Check 24, check 24.
Now Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd down and goal. Prescott. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Running with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message. And the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Michael Thomas, incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50. 5-9. 5-8.
Hey, Alpha. 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
36.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Hey, seam 6.
Breeze now on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Elliott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
It's 3rd down.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over.
We play to win. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ready, yellow lady.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. That's pulled in at the 32. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
46-yard line.
56. You ain't going nowhere. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. There we go.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Prescott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah,
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the pass.
Check 48's the mic.
To throw, it's Breeze. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Apparently, they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You got nothing to that. Hey, kill.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. On the left side, Gallup's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away.
The Saints take over. Let's go, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. I also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
3rd down and 6.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Good, 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 good. 5-4, ready.
Check 48's the mic.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Going up top. He's got a man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Escaping the press. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Breeze. Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get set.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch time. Tie it right.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Breeze. And he finds Cook.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
On the ground, Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Breeze now to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Now Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The 7th play now in this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and the line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Be alert, be alert. Hey, check. Strong left.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Hey, we heavy on the edges. What we got? 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Foles. And that will be incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's got some space here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On play action. Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Breeze. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And that's caught by Smith. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. Here's Breeze to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Foles. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Good. 180. Here we go. Hey, sound one. 56. Here we go.
They're going to try and throw. They've got his man complete. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
1st down, Jaguars.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Another try after the 1st down sack. Foles. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, really the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Great. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's second down.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this one is right down the middle. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And complete right side to Cook. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Hey, watch it. Check. Kill.
Go. Yeah, go. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Foles. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The open man is Smith. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Breeze now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd and 12, Foles. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alex Anzalone showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And a catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, let's go. Check, 47.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 23 yards on the play.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Breeze letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, 75 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 85 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
2nd and 10 at the 20.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
1. 47 to Mike, boy, 47. Shane, Orvis.
2nd and 10. Throw right side of the tight end is Shaughnessy. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport, the first-rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Kamara running right. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Breeze. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now.
I smell fear in that offense.
Breeze now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Leonard Fournette trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Foles now, perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To try again after the sack. Foles. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 47's the mic, boys.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done as you noted, and they did.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Check motion, 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 motion. Hey, check Mike 47. Kill. Not here. 47.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Breeze is looking to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ready. You ready? 52's the mic. Go. Go.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Breeze to throw.
Brought down back at his 2-yard line.
Ready. 5-8.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.